Welcome back to my channel. Come with me and get tatted. Started my leg tattoo to do a rune Viking theme. I was really into Vikings back in the day when I was younger and looking up the runes and what they mean and stuff like that. Viking runes were more than symbols. They were sacred language used to call in protection, wisdom, strength, and alignment. These marks were believed to hold power, not because of how they looked, but because of what they meant and how they were lived. I found it interesting when I was doing my research of why Viking warriors would mark their bodies with runes before battle. Before stepping into the combat, they didn't rely on strength alone. They prepared their mind, spirit, and fate. Runes were used as symbols of intention, carved into the weapons, armor, shields, and sometimes their bodies. They acted as spiritual anchors. Definitely want to give a shout out to my tattoo artist. Instagram will be on the top left corner if you want to see previews of his work. Before he even started, I put number cream on, but as soon as I put that number cream on, I left it on for an hour, but it faded away so quickly.
And granted, the numbing cream wore off, but
maybe you're immune to it.
yeah,
It shouldn't have worn off, to be honest.
At this point, I wanted to get to know my artist, seeing how he did such a good job, and I definitely want to come to him some more. Just want to know what was his journey of being a tattoo artist and the skill behind it.
Well, when I was a little kid, right? Nah, I'm kidding. But so it was back in, I was 14, around that time. And actually 13, I did my first tattoo. I was in 8th grade. I was rebellious, so I decided to get like a little razor and get some ink from some pen and just start, put it in my skin. Eventually, it left a mark. And then around 14, it was 9th grade, my friend's dad got out of prison, and he was doing tattoos around the neighborhood. He did a couple underage, but I was the youngest that was asking. And he was like, nope, you too young. So, but I kept bugging the dude. People doing on me, bro. And his son told his dad, he's like, yo, he's selling this pit bull. So how about we just do a trade, since you're selling it for 80, let's do that. Let's I'll make you a machine, and your tattoo's gonna cost you 80 anyways. So I was like, okay, bet. Dude, I got that first machine, and he made me a bottle thing about the size of my soap bottle right here.
Yeah.
With that, that was way more than enough I needed. Luckily, I wasn't too crazy. I tattooed my whole body. I just did a little cross on me and stuff. But I like crosses a lot. I think they're really nice. I like the symmetry of them, and I like the kind of gothic-y crosses. Yeah. Sometimes I like all these little flares and stuff. But I decided to do that, the flares and the points, and then I threw flames on top of the cross, right? And my mom was like, when she first saw it, it was a month later. She's like, "Why did you do a cross that's burning?" I was like, "Mom," I was like, "It's the flame within." She looked at me like, what the fuck? I had that thought out for a while. This is the first day I was like, yeah, I'm gonna tell her that. It's the flame with it. You haven't seen the pictures in the Bible with the cross, with the heart and the flame on top? You can't tell me I can't do that either. Yeah. I was like, I asked him, can I take a picture out of respect for an artist? Can I take a picture and use it for a tattoo? How much would you charge me? He said 80, and I was like, true. I'll come back later. I don't have 80 right now, but I came back and I gave him the $80, and then I took the picture.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And then I had the same guy that did my Mongolian friend, right? That did tats to tattoo because that was his favorite. As one of his role models. So he did it on my neck. He put the spider webs and everything. Dude, it was cool. It was a good story behind this tattoo.
How long did it take?
It was like 3 hours. Okay. She did my feet and everything. That was the first time I got a pedicure, man. I was like, man. She's like, your feet are soft. And I was like, yeah, no. I got some silky feet.
Bobby, a little foot fetish. Okay. Okay, so I have one question.
Yeah.
So with your hand using the tattoo gun, like how do your hand feel right now?
It feels good.
Okay then. Just because I guess my only thing, my question was like for the vibration with your hand tattooing for so long, like do your hand feel like a little weird or like you just used to at this point?
Nah, it feels very in sync with the machines.
Okay.
Because I could feel like the vibration, like the littlest vibration, and I look for a certain rhythm in that vibration to know that I'm actually like applying the ink efficiently. If it makes a weird sound, I'm like, oh, I question it, and I go back and I'll like take the needle out and poke it, maybe the needle's a little off. And sometimes I find those little things, you know, that I question, like some errors. Sometimes the needles could be they're not put together well, you know. So like I'll take this apart and show you, you know, those drifters. So I know how to get a certain angle with like a big needle and make it look like if it was a smaller needle. Yeah.
I had more footage that I wanted to show, but the music was playing in the background, so I didn't with like copywriting nonsense. But I just got done with my tattoo, and I absolutely love it. At this point, we're discussing how we can add on pieces in the future, and whenever I decide to get my back piece done, behind my ankle, and how it's going to form, how it's going to uniform together. Thank you so much for joining my channel, and I hope to see you again soon.